Ah, hello there, and welcome to the Creature Collection. Young travelers, you find yourselves alone on an abandoned dirt path late into the night. You can catch the light cast down by the moon, and you hear the stamping of hooves in the distance. The cold wind turns you to face the Headless Horseman. He cracks his whip and lets loose a loud cackle. You've come face to face with the Dullahan.
A harbinger of death, his roots are deeply entwined in Celtic lore and mythology. The Dullahan, translated to the Dark Man, is a malevolent death omen with a few different versions. One of the legends of the Dullahan is that he is the embodiment of Crom Dubh, a fertility god that requires blood sacrifices. His offerings were to be that of a decapitated head. His worship quickly ended as Christianity came into Ireland. As the legend goes, he didn't disappear after his worship ended. Rather, he became angry and continues to roam the roads on a large black horse, calling out the names of those doomed to die. He carries his rotting head under his arm. In Irish folklore and fairy tales, the Dullahan is sometimes accompanied by a banshee in a coach a large black coach mounted by a coffin and drawn by headless horses. This monstrosity will come rumbling to your door, and if you open your home to it, a basin of blood will be thrown into your face. In Norway, people cut the heads off of corpses with the intention of making their ghost weak and feeble, creating instead the existence of the Dullahan. Other legends of the Dullahan: no gate can protect you from him. The gates will automatically open for him, and if you look at him, he will immediately blind you by whipping out your eyes with a whip made of a human spine, or by throwing the basin of blood into your face. He can only speak once during his journey, and that is to speak the name of the person he has come to kill. Once he speaks the name, that person's soul is called to death, and there is no escape. He is known to appear after dark during certain festivals and feast days, causing people to not look out the windows at night. His only fear is precious metals like gold. It was believed that if the Dullahan was coming for you, throwing gold in his path would cause his horse to suddenly stop, then turn and flee. Other cultures have also adopted this Irish legend. In America, his story is that of a soldier who lost his head in battle during the American Revolution and rose again during Halloween to search for his missing head. A German rendition of this tale is of a headless horseman who blows a horn to warn huntsmen not to ride, or else they will face certain death. This Celtic creature is one of the most popular creatures in this culture. It has spread to become a popular monster in film, television, and video games. Here are a few examples of how it is used in these mediums. One of the most famous Gothic stories is the legend of Sleepy Hollow. Written by Washington Irving, it has had several movies made inspired by the book. Sleepy Hollow is a town that thrives on their supernatural history. It often attracts people who love the supernatural. One such character is Ichabod Crane. He is the schoolmaster who helps those he lodges with household chores, childcare, and even farm work. He is popular with the women, and eventually becomes a target of a large man named Brom Bones. Both of these men fancy the same woman, Katrina, and face off for her hand in marriage. Brom uses Ichabod's fear of the Headless Horseman to scare him away from Sleepy Hollow and marry Katrina himself. A more abstract version of the Dullahan was used in the anime The Devil is a Part-Timer. This is a great example of how the character of the Dullahan can be used in a manner reminiscent of the Headless Horseman without actually being one. In the anime, the devil faces defeat in the dimension he calls home, where the hero cuts off one of his horns before he is portaled away to modern-day Japan. He and his loyal general need to try and fit into the human world, which includes them getting jobs. They are rather frugal in their spending, but the devil purchases a bicycle to get to and from work. He names his bike Dullahan. It is very abstract, but has elements that are reminiscent of the legend. The bike has a large black basket and is a mode of transportation for someone who has caused a lot of death, and its primary rider has had damage done to his head. The final example is in a video game series. This has become increasingly popular to incorporate the Dullahan into video game battles. One of our favorites is from the Castlevania series. He is present in several of the games, ranging from a knight searching for his head to more of a skeletal rendition of the creature. He is a common enemy and sometimes a boss that can get pretty frustrating. It can be a massive asset to storytellers to utilize creatures from different cultures, myths, and legends. For the Dullahan, Celtic origins can be a benefit to the story, head damage to the rider, and a dark-colored transport. As you've seen in the examples, there can be a lot of really unique ways to make the character the main feature, or a secondary character, or even simply a bicycle with an interesting past. A Dullahan can be a great addition to your creation. What creature would you like to see next? Let us know in the comments down below, and tune in for more of the Creature Collection.